but it's so important. So I've been in the business for 2 years, and I started off really good, and I started off just like getting loyal customers like crazy, and I was making over diamond rank money just off of loyal customers, and it was awesome. And then like a series of things in the past 6 months have happened, and my business has declined, and my activity has declined, and I did not think it was because of my mindset until I went to this conference and realized it was 100% my mindset. And I realized that I really was scared of things, and I really was worried about stuff, and I really had a lot of doubts. I'm a really strong and independent person, and so it was always very like, I'm not scared of anything. I'm not scared to do this. I'm not scared to do that. I don't care if somebody tells me no, but when somebody shoved it in my face, I realized I was really scared of all those things. So it's really important to me at this point to build my business to be able to conquer those fears and doubts. And so you have to do that through your mindset and what you think about. And then also, here is a line for you. Network marketing, which is what you are, a network marketing professional. Network marketing is personal development with a compensation plan. So in other words, you get paid to develop yourself, and if you're not developing yourself, then you're not going to get very far. So with that said, I'm just going to share a couple of things that I think would get you off to a really good start. This book is pretty cheap. I think it's less than $10. You can find it on Amazon, right around $10. GoPro is basically GoPro in network marketing. This gives you the 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. It goes over all the skills that you need. We're going to talk a little bit more about the skills later. I'm not going to get into depth with them today, but we're going to rate ourselves on it. And then I plan on having weekly trainings until we can go over all of these steps, and till we feel like we are increasing our rating on the steps. And I'm doing this with y'all, so I don't want you to think like, I'm teaching you and I'm researching and I'm figuring things out, but I'm also growing and learning with y'all. So that is like number one. What?
I actually have that book here, so.
Yay! That's fantastic. Okay, so this is another one that oh wait, who's seen The Secret? Nobody?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay, who has Netflix? Nobody?
I have Netflix.
Okay, so you can get The Secret on Netflix. Get it. Do it this week. I think it's only about an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half long, but it really goes into the way that you think and the power of your thinking, and thoughts become things, and that's what The Secret goes into. And I recommend, okay, so GoPro would be number 1, watching The Secret would be number 2, and after you watch The Secret, this book. It's old. This guy is really, actually, he's not old anymore. He's gone. But this book is super, super old, and over the conference, there's people that are making millions and millions and millions of dollars teaching us at this conference, and I'd say 90% of them mentioned this book. So I don't think that you should read this book. Well, I think you should watch The Secret first, because I think that because the way this book is written, it'll be easier to understand this book if you watch The Secret first. But this book is awesome. I read this every night. So, hey Bernie.
Hello.
We kind of already started, Bernie. It's being recorded. So anyway, every night before I go to bed, I read this book. You should read 10 pages, 30 minutes a day. If you or even like Audible, I had just downloaded audible.com or the app, and you get 1 book a month, or you can buy additional books. And so I have a 30-minute drive to and from work every day, and so I listen to actually I'm listening to a book by Tony Robbins right now. I also listen to podcasts. I'm listening to a podcast with a guy named Ray Higdon. It's Higdon. He's a #1 income earner in the company that he's with in network marketing, and each podcast is like 2 or 3 minutes long, and he gives just daily tips on how to build your business. It's awesome. Okay, so and then Jessica is starting a Bible study with this book next Tuesday. I don't know if you're into that kind of thing or not, but I'm usually not. But because it is Battlefield of the Mind, and I feel like I need to get a grip on my head, so I'm going to join it. So if you want to join it, you can. You don't have to. Don't feel obligated. I just wanted to let y'all know about it. And you have to have the first chapter read by Tuesday if you want to join. And Jessica will give us more information about that. So just to recap, personal development is really important. Go Pro is an awesome book. Think and Grow Rich. If you ever want to know what I'm listening to, what I'm reading, just shoot me a text or an email or whatever and ask me, and I'll be happy to point you in the right direction. I've read lots of books. And then also just listening to podcasts. The app for podcasts is called Podcast Addict, and it's completely free. Okay, so this is the next thing that we're going to do. This is called the Game Plan Interview, and we're going to have this interview with you, with Diane, with Bernie, and with Esther. And this is going to be something that you're going to do with your distributors when you enroll them. And I wrote down all the stuff somewhere. I can't find it, so let me go look at my book real quick. This is coming from the GoPro book too. I have no idea where I wrote it down at. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is what you're going to, okay, so first of all, the first step in the game plan interview is to congratulate your new distributor on making this jump and putting themselves out on the line for success and for changing their families' lives. And the truth is that your life will never be the same after this. You are only going to get better. You're going to grow personally. You're going to learn things about yourself you didn't know before. You're going to make some really awesome friends. And, if you work hard, you're going to make a really, really good living. So the truth about it is, though, that if you succeed in the business, it's completely up to you. If you fail in the business, it's completely up to you. As your sponsor and Chandler as your sponsor, we are here to guide you. We are here to help you, but we cannot build the business for you. We can give you advice. We can support you. We can, just be there every step of the way, but to actually do the work, we're not able. Obviously, we can't do it for you because we have a business we have to build as well. And the goal is to get you independent from us as quickly as possible. So, with that being said, you are going to have some ups and downs. Everybody has ups and downs. I just got done telling you that I'm on an up right now. I just came off of a down. I know Jessica's been in the business 3 years. We're very close. She's a presidential diamond, but she's had plenty of ups and downs, and I've watched her through a couple of them. And so when you're down, don't think that you're alone. When you're up, don't think you're alone. But when you're down, we need to know exactly how you want us to handle it. So we're going to know that you're in a down spot when you're not posting on Facebook, when you're not getting on conference calls, when you're not asking questions, when you're not keeping in touch with us. We'll know. And so in that moment, as your sponsors, we need to know exactly what you want us to do. Do you want us to call you and say, hey, I notice you're not doing so good right now. Do you remember why you got into this business? Or do you want us to leave you alone? And, whatever you want is fine, but we just need to know how to proceed. So if you will, either now during this broadcast or afterwards, send a text message to your enroller, which would either be me or Chandler, and let us know exactly how you want us to handle it whenever you're in a down. When you're getting somebody started off, after you do those two things, you want to give them the first 30 days checklist. I think everybody has that except Bernie. I'm not sure I emailed that to you, Bernie. I wanted to wait until after tonight. So I do have it on my list of things to do, and I'll email it to you. So as a new distributor, that's what you're going to be going through that. And when you enroll new distributors, you're going to give them that. And then I just made a checklist that is for you. So let's say you get a new distributor. You send that person their first 30-day task list in email. Then you get out your first 30-day task list. So I've made one, and I'll email it to you, and it tells you what to do and when to contact your new distributor and what to discuss with them. So it's a very clear plan for both your distributor and you as the sponsor. And so that's basically how you're gonna get them started off, and that's the game plan interview. Is just brainstorming ways to get their first customer, but all that is included in that 30-day task sheet that we went over last week, and that I was just talking about we'll send to you. All right, so now here's the next thing. It's going to be getting out of your comfort zone. All right, so what's very important is that you have your own story. I'm going to tell you my story first. Okay, so my name's Melissa, and I'm a pre-K teacher. I have been a teacher for 13 years, and I really, really enjoy working with the kids, but everything else has just got me to a point where I just cannot take it anymore. I look at women that are on the verge of retirement or, 5 years before they retire, and I think there is absolutely no way I will ever be able to make it that long. It is an extremely stressful job, underappreciated, underpaid, and I just really honestly can't take it much longer, even though I do love the kids. So because of that, I found network marketing. I found it works. I absolutely love the company. I am head over heels with every single product that we have. The compensation plan is amazing. The women that I've met and the friendships that I've made are just, once in a lifetime. And so I'm really excited about my future because I know that through network marketing and It Works, I'm going to be able to not teach anymore and be able to build a business and continue this rock star lifestyle that is just honestly a dream come true. So that's my story. Here are, because I haven't learned how to screen share yet, I printed it for you. Can you see? Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Why is my screen black? Oh, can y'all see that? Is that backwards?
No.
No.
Okay, it's backwards to me. Is that crazy? Okay, so here's the story. First of all, you start with what your background is. So for me, it was about pre-K. It might be about, being a waitress. Or like Bernie, she sits with people. Bernie, isn't that what you do?
What happened? I take care of an elderly lady.
Right, okay. So it starts with whatever you did or were doing or don't want to do, and then it goes on to what you do not like about it. Then it goes into what solution did you find, and how do you feel about the future? All right, so Chandler, you go first.
Well, I am a stay-at-home mom, and what is it? I can't see it.
Okay, so
but let me write it. Pull it up a little bit, Melissa.
It's so hard.
Back up a little bit.
I thought I would be able to.
Okay. I'm a stay-at-home mom, but there's really nothing I don't like about being a stay-at-home mom, but I would like more income. So my solution was to join network marketing and provide income for my family and be able to maybe one day be a stay-at-home family of 4.
Okay, so this is all I would do to change that up a little bit. I would say, you're a stay-at-home mom, but I would also mention that you don't want to go back to work because you want to continue to stay home with your children.
Right.
And then I think you need to act more excited about the future. But you can keep practicing it, and you can write it down, and you can practice it in the mirror every day until it just flows off the tongue. Okay, who wants to go next? Diane, what's your story?
So I work part-time for a nursing school at a college. I don't like much about it. I like the job. I just don't like the people well, some of the people. So one of the solutions is to get involved with It Works, and hopefully I won't be working there much longer. So I'm really excited about the future.
Why won't you be working there much longer?
Well, business aside, I won't be working. I'm hoping not to be working there much longer, but basically, in a nutshell, I have a boss that likes to scream and swear at employees, and my husband works at the same college, so he knows that the next time it happens, I'm walking out the door.
There you go. So there's another thing that you don't like about it, that you are not treated properly. And you're going to be leaving soon because you don't like to be treated that way. And, of course, you're excited because It Works is going to give you an opportunity to not have to go back to that job.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Bernie.
Yeah.
Tell us your story.
Okay. My background. I was a full-time nanny for 5 years. And now I'm with an elderly lady for a year and a half now. And, well, I actually enjoy what I do. I actually just don't really do a lot, but, it's just, the only thing I don't like about it is being away from my family. Mm-hmm. I'm there 12 days a week, 14 days a week. I go home probably 4 days out of the month.
Wow.
And, yes. And how do I feel about the future? I'm excited. I found something that I like. I've just been too busy lately doing this, but I'm glad that you reached out to me a couple of days ago to tell me about this hangout. So, yeah.
Wonderful. When you're telling your story to other people, you can love what you do, and that there is nothing wrong with loving your job. And you can say, you know what, I really love my job. I don't like that I don't get to spend some time with my family, but I want to make some more money, and I found It Works, and it's going to give me the opportunity to make extra money to take home to my family. So you don't always have to be quitting your job or hating your job to be involved in this business. You can be here just to make some extra money. It's okay. I don't want you to feel like you should hate your job because you don't have to. I actually really like my job too. I just can't see myself doing it till I retire. Okay, Esther, what's your story?
My story is a little different from y'all's in that I don't work now, not by choice, but I had a stroke last year, and I was in the medical field for about 14 years, and now I have to stay home, which I don't mind. It has, given me the opportunity to stay home. It's just the fact of having to do therapy and everything else that comes with, the recovery process. That's what I don't like, because I was always the person who was on the go and doing stuff for herself. I live with my boyfriend, so the income is really not a factor. However, being a very independent person, it is for me. It's not a big deal for him, but it is for me. So that's where the solution to join this company, Quit Jax, was good for me, just because I could still independently. I could also benefit from the for the vitamins and everything else, and get off of medication and just be independent in my own way. And it also kind of, I guess, frees me up as far as not having to clock in at 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever, because some days I don't feel up to it. Some days I don't, I don't want to get out of bed. So, not because I don't want to, but because I can't. So, that it just frees me up, and I'm really looking forward to the whole thing. And in reality, I did get, what is it? Supplemental Social Security, but guarantee, with the economy the way it is, I'm like, what if, something happens a year from now when we're in a different, government or whatever, and this is just a way for me to stabilize myself.
You are so on the right track with that. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad we just did that story thing. I learned so much about y'all. I love it. Esther, it really is a great backup plan. And being independent and not wanting to depend on your boyfriend, I completely 100% get that too. I live with my boyfriend also. Not that I think he would let me quit my job. But I feel the same way. I wouldn't want to depend on him either. I'd want to make some of my own too, and this is a great way to do it. Barney, I know that you're super busy at your job, but I think that social media, hopefully you can still hear me, but I think social media would be a really good way for you to grow your business when you have time, and we can talk about that some more. And I know I've sent you a couple of videos, but I can help you out with that a little bit more. I told you I was going to be more present from here on, so I promise you I will be. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do, so your story is really important. So that's how you're going to relate to people. Like, I know I just learned a bunch about y'all, and I'm sure Chandler did too. I mean, we all learned about each other, and now I feel like I can relate to each of you in a completely different way. So think about that when you're talking to people that might potentially be your distributor or your next customer. Tell them your story. Lead off with your story. Hey, look, this is who I am, and this is why I've joined this business, or this is why I love this product. In the beginning, I'm not sure if y'all are aware or not, but if you get 60 loyal customers and your volume from those customers is at 3,000 or above, you get a $600 a month bonus. And in my first year, I did that. Now, it's not an easy feat to maintain the 3,000 volume, but I still have over 100 loyal customers at this point. And the reason is because I am so passionate about the product. I absolutely love the product. And so people were able to relate to that because I was like, let me just tell you about this amazing thing and what this did for me. And so when you're able to relate to people, it really makes a difference. And we're going to get more into like talking to prospects and things like that in the upcoming weeks, but don't be afraid to get on the phone with people, or even on a FaceTime or a Google Hangout like this. If you have an Android phone, then you have a Google Hangout app. Also, Facebook Messenger does video chat. Up until, like about 2 weeks ago, I was scared to get on the phone with people. I mean, Chandler was one of the only people I ever talked to on the phone. That's because she calls me all the time. Not because I call her all the time. But, and I don't know where that fear comes from, but maybe it's the fear of rejection. Maybe I was scared of what they were going to say to me on the phone, or they didn't want to hear what I had to say. I'm not real sure. Or maybe I just wasn't real confident of myself as like a leader. I wouldn't have done a Google Hangout training like this before. I mean, we've done Google Hangouts, but it's been more of I've always had Jessica on, and it's been more of a like, hey, what kind of questions do y'all have? Not where I'm leading and kind of teaching. So, anyway, I'm just speaking from experience, and don't be afraid to get on the phone with people, because when you make that connection, it makes a world of difference. And if you need me to get on a three-way call, or like, oh, and I need to, Diane, I've talked to your friend today, and through text, and I have to email her a little bit of information. But if you need me or Chandler to talk to someone because you don't feel like you know enough about the product, or you don't have enough experience with it, or even the business opportunity, we can do three-way calls. We can call them on our own, like whatever is best for you. You get them in front of us until you're able to do it on your own. So then here's, okay, I think everybody's going to need a pen because you're going to have to write these little things down. Here are the 7 skills that we're going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks. And what I want you to do right now is just to rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being, I know nothing about this, and 10 being, I'm an expert. All right, so, and if you have a question about what one of the skills is, just say it. Okay, here they are. I really have to learn how to screen share. I can't hear you, Bernie. Your phone's cutting out.
Oh, oh shoot, hold on. Okay. I said, do you want us to write the question or just answer it?
I just want you to rate yourself, like on a scale from 1 to 10, how good are you at finding people to talk to? 1 being, I'm not good at it at all, 10 being, I'm an expert. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at inviting people to look at or understand your product or opportunity? Number 3 would be presenting. This is going to be like, you know, looking at presenting the party pad to people. This is what the wrap is. This is what it does. These are the other products we have. This is what you do to become a distributor. How good are you at that, 1 to 10? Number 4 is following up. That's going to be like somebody showed a little bit of interest, or you met someone somewhere and got their info, and now you're calling them to set up a time to talk with them some more about it. Number 5 is closing, which is, you know, sealing the deal. Did you get them to become a loyal customer or a distributor? Number 6 is getting them started right, which would be getting a new distributor started right. And number 7 is promoting events. That's like getting people to go to OTOMs or Google Hangouts like this. This would be considered an event, or like conference, something like that. And look, you might have 1s on all of them right now. Y'all are brand new, but I just want to introduce you to it and kind of get your mind thinking about it. Can y'all hear my dog barking in the background? Chandler loves my dog. That was a joke.
Chandler's not an animal person.
Oh, don't come to my house then.
Oh, I have 2 of them.
She just doesn't like them. Oh my gosh. Okay, can I take this down, you guys?
Yep.
Yep.
You good, Esther?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Does anybody think they're really exceptionally good at any of those things?
No.
Okay. I think that I am really good at following up with people.
Yes, you are.
Now, actually, let me rephrase that. I'm really good at following up with people through a text message or a Facebook message. I am learning how to call people. I called people today that I met at the Health and Wellness Expo on Saturday. It was, y'all, I had to talk myself into it. Like, it's crazy how scary it is just to call somebody, and really, they were so sweet. There's no reason for me to be scared of it. It's just my own fear of them being like, leave me alone, you know? But even so, would I survive that? Absolutely. So it's silly. So I'm going to get better at that. I think that I'm getting a lot better at getting people started right, and that's just because we're doing this, and I just made that task list and stuff like that, so I think that's getting better. And I think I know where to find people to talk to. But I think that inviting people to listen to what I have to say is difficult, and I haven't really did a lot of practice at promoting events. But I'll say this, like, okay, so an event would be a three-way call, a one-on-one meeting with somebody at a coffee shop, an OTOM, which we're having one here in Baton Rouge on November 15th, the corporate conference, all those kinds of things. I heard more than one time that getting people to events is the number one income producing thing that you can do. And I would have never guessed that, but it makes total sense, because especially if it's a big event, when people get there, and even if they're not your distributor yet and they're just thinking about it, when they get to the event, the excitement, and Diane, you're going to see when you go to that OTOM, it's going to be crazy. You're going to leave there on fire. When they go to the event, like, there's what it does is that you see that there are more people in the world that are a part of It Works, that believe in It Works, that want this for their life, and you're not the only one. So you're around like-minded people. It feels really good. The energy is super high, and you know, you're learning stuff. So if you have a distributor that's on the fence about joining the company, get them to events. Also, if you have distributors within your team that get to events, a lot of times what happens is they end up going out and working their tail off after the event because they like catch the vision and they just go for it. So it's really important. But so what my plan is, and I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but my plan is to probably go over at least finding people to talk to, which actually I'm going to mention that real quick here. Inviting prospects and presenting. 1, 2, and 3. Finding people to talk to, inviting prospects, and presenting next Wednesday, 6:15, same time. I would love to have y'all on the actual hangout so that you can ask questions and such, but if for some reason you're not able to get on, it is going to be recorded. And then after we do those 3, we'll just maybe the next time 4 and 5, and the next time 6 and 7, something like that. But I'm getting all my information from that GoPro book I showed you and from the event, the conference that Jessica and I attended in Vegas. It was absolutely life-changing. Real quick before we go, has anybody tried the Blitz? Do you have any questions about that? Do you know where to Blitz or anything like that? Do you even know what blitzing is?
Nope.
No. Okay.
I've got one right here.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, this is a
that
blitz
card that Chandler has right there is called a Blitz card, and everybody got some in their packet. Don't look at my cup. I am not a Dallas Cowboys fan. I am a fan. Clay makes me drink out of those cups. Okay. Anyway, so that's a Blitz card. Everybody got some in their packet. So this is what you do. There are some people that are super comfortable with talking to other people, complete strangers, and that's great. I know a girl that blitzes every single person that she sees. She goes up to them and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I love your earrings. They're so cute. Can I give you a card for my business?" Then there's other people who aren't quite so outgoing, like me, and I have to be already in a conversation with that person. So if it's the cashier at the grocery store, or my waitress at a restaurant, or, I mean, it could be somebody randomly striking up a conversation with me, but what I used to say, hey, you know, if it's the cashier, let's say it's the cashier at the grocery store. I'm like, hey, can I give you a coupon for my business? And then I hand them the card. What I'm saying now is, hey, I'm trying to promote my business. Can I give you a coupon? The reason I like that wording better is because I felt like the wording before, in my own brain, that wording was like sneaky. And I feel like this is like, hey, here's my card. I'm trying to promote my business. You're being straight up about what you're doing, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I've felt more confident by saying, in the last couple of weeks when I'm just saying, hey, I'm trying to promote my business, can I give you a card? And when I say that, people are like, oh, yeah. And even when I'm messaging people on Facebook lately, I say that exact same thing. Hey, I'm not trying to be bothersome. I'm trying to promote my business. And I think I sent, I'll have to send it to Bernie, but I sent Chandler, Diane, I think I sent it to you, the messages I was sending people. But when you're honest with people like that, like I've gotten messages back like, oh my gosh, good luck to you. I hope you do really well. Instead of me trying to beat around the bush, I'm just being honest with people. And, you know, honesty is the best policy. So you just figure out what wording sounds best for you. But a blitz is giving out one of those cards. Those cards are called blitz cards. And you can give them to anywhere. You can do what we call stealth blitzing. So you can go to the clothing store. I've done it like in Children's Place and stuff like that, and stick blitz cards like right sticking out the pile of clothes. I've stuck them in between like packages of diapers in the grocery store, any places where you think mommies are going to be. So a stealth blitz is when you don't actually speak to somebody. When you do speak to someone, so this is what you do. When you hand them the blitz card, you hand it to them, you don't say a word. You let them read the front. The front says, have you tried that crazy wrap? You give them a second to read it, and then you say, have you heard of it? And if they say yes, then you can say, oh, great, you know, have you tried it? And then you just kind of wait for their response, and you let them lead the conversation. Don't word vomit on them and just start being like, it's this target area wrap, the Titan Stones firms, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that. Just let them ask the questions. Read their body language and see if they're interested. If they say, no, I haven't heard of it, I say, okay, well, turn over the card. You'll see what it does. And then you stop, and you let them read the card. It tells them exactly what it does. Don't say anything that's not on the card. Some people are going to ask for, like, oh, what's in it? And you can say, there's all natural ingredients. I could tell you every ingredient and what it does, but honestly, until you try it, you're not going to know how awesome it is. Be super excited. If you have your own results pictures, pull them up on your phone. You always want to try to get somebody's information. So say I'm in the conversation with this cashier, and she's never heard of it, and I tell her, turn it over, take a look, and she's like, oh, wow, that's really neat. And I'll say, you know, you'll never believe my own before and after pictures. Why don't you give me your phone number, and I'll text you my pictures later. And then I don't think I've ever had anybody tell me no, they won't give me their number. And so then you have their number. Then you're able to follow up. So you get their number, you put it in your phone, you get home, you send them your before and after pictures. If you don't have your own before and after pictures, well, then I suggest you do that like real soon, or you can use mine or somebody else's that you have their permission to use. And then you text them the picture later and say, hey, this is that picture I wanted to show you. Isn't it awesome? Wait for their reply. You know, if you're gonna follow up, if you need to follow up, you know, maybe the next day or the day after, hey, did you want to try that wrap? That kind of thing. So stealth blitzing. And then, like, you know, Jessica will go to a strip mall, and Chandler and I have done this before too. We just go park at a strip mall, and you go in and out of the stores, and, you know, people are just sitting, like those cash advance places, those people sit there all day long doing absolutely nothing. They're dying for somebody to talk to. So you just walk in there and you say, hey, I'm trying to promote my business. Can I leave some coupons here for your employees? And then give them some coupons, see if you can get somebody's information. Chandler and I have went around to apartment complexes. Some apartment complexes have policies where they won't allow you to leave your cards in the lobby, but there's somebody working there, so you blitz that person. Be creative with it. You can go onto YouTube and search Blitz. It Works Blitz, and you can find multiple videos with different leaders giving you different tips on how to do it. But what it really comes down to is getting out of your comfort zone and conquering your fear. So, you know, if you're not willing to get out of your comfort zone, you know, if you're not willing to change, then things aren't going to change, and that goes for anything, not just It Works. So, conquer your fears. The worst they can do is tell you no, and you'll survive that for sure. So that's what you need to think about. Also, you can make a playlist on your phone and with some really awesome music, and you can play that, and you can jump up and down and celebrate. That's my new favorite thing to do. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh my gosh. So we learned that Tony Robbins taught us that motion changes emotion. So I was telling Chandler the other day that every morning I get out of bed and I start jumping up and down and I scream and I'm like, woohoo! And I jump up and down and y'all, it feels so good. I'm serious. I was doing it in front of Chandler the other day and was I not laughing? Oh my God, it was so fun. I would get up and jump right now, but I don't have all the necessary clothing on underneath my shirt to do that in public if you catch my drift. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that was fun. All right, here's one more thing I wanted to tell y'all about talking to people. So I learned this from a podcast. So say it's your, I don't know, your waitress at the restaurant, and you start to get into a little conversation with her, making small talk. You can say, so what are you doing right now to take care of your health and your body? And say she says, oh, I'm not really doing anything. I don't like to exercise, and I eat this restaurant food all the time. I'm just not really good at it. Then you can say, oh, well, that's cool. Well, I'm building a business out here, and I'm looking for people that are super friendly like you. Could we set up a time for us to chat a little bit more and see if it's right for you? So you've already talked a little bit about your business, which is health, without really telling her what it is, and then you told her that you're looking for somebody. You complimented her by calling her friendly and looking for somebody like that, and now you're hopefully setting up an appointment. Let's say you say to her, what are you doing to take care of your health? And she says, oh, I'm a runner. I run every single day. I take vitamins, and I eat protein shakes 3 times a day. Then you say, oh my gosh, you're so perfect. I'm building a business out here, and I'm looking for people that are super into their health. Do you think we could set up an appointment to talk so I can see if this is right for you? And then you get their number and you set up the time. So you're starting off with the exact same question, and you're ending with the exact same question. It just changes dependent on their response. Either you really like them because they're friendly or energetic or smile a lot, or you like them because they're super into your health. And you're not telling them, I'm with It Works Global, I'm a network marketer. You're not saying that. You're saying, I'm building a business out here. I'm looking for people like you. Do you think we could set up a time to see if it's right for you? And then when you get in front of them, that's when you give them all the information. So you don't want to tell them anything until you can tell them everything. And I think that's about it I have for tonight. Does anybody have any questions right now?
No, but Melissa, I did want to show you this because you mentioned Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill's book. This book is an absolute must-read.
Oh, same author.
Yep.
Ooh.
This is an amazing book.
Outwitting the Devil, that's what it's called?
Yep.
That sounds awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
It's really good.
I'm going to get that on I wonder if they have it on Audible. I am such a fan of the audiobook. Oh, I just love it. Thank you for sharing that, Diane. Does anybody have any questions or anything else? Okay, so, oh no, I totally lost my train of thought. Next Wednesday, okay, I think that on Tuesday at probably like 8 Central, we're gonna be doing that Google Hangout with Jessica on Mindset. I'm pretty sure that's when it's supposed to be. But for sure next Wednesday, just check the team page for that. And then for sure next Wednesday, 6:15, and we're gonna start going over the GoPro stuff. So, and then if y'all, the end of the month is Saturday, whatever you put in the computer between now and Saturday is going to be on your November 15th check. So start following up with some people. And if that's it, we can get off now. And Esther, I want you to send me a friend request on Facebook. And then if you guys need anything, just message me on Facebook. And until next week. I really enjoyed getting to know y'all tonight.
Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.